Hey, AfterBuzzers. This is The 100, Season 3, Episode 13, here on AfterBuzz TV. Join us or die.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm waking up.
Yeah, welcome back. So exciting. I'm your host, Tauri J. Miller, and I'm joined by the wonderful Alexis Torres.
Hey everybody, I'm so glad to be here because this episode was heart-wrenching, action-packed, and full of BS. I felt everything, but you can find me all over social media at atorres890.
Nice.
Thank you.
And you can find me at Tauri J, T-A-U-R-I-J-A-Y. Unfortunately, Ben Bateman couldn't join us. He got a sweet gig.
Yes, he did. He is being a boss on a mission right now.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
But send him your love, tell him congratulations and all that jazz.
At Ben Bateman Media, because
yeah.
I totally know his Twitter.
Ah, yeah.
I'm his friend. I know what we're talking about anyway.
You should have heard us last week where we were like, at A Torres,
I heard
numbers.
And I was like, oh, I feel so loved right now. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt. No, I'm just kidding. It's all right.
You should have.
I like to have, alphabet number soup. It's all good. That's how I like to roll.
Man, we had so much to just chew through in this episode.
Whoa.
So I'd like to take us back.
Oh, I'm so excited we're talking about this. Okay, go ahead.
We start out 6 months ago, and it's so insane to see like these kids.
Holy moly.
Where they were and where they are now it's like night and day.
Did you see those baby faces?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
clearly this probably was happening maybe a little bit before the season started just to make everybody look all clean. Or maybe they just shaved and did it at the end. I have no idea.
I was wondering if they had done it at the end or the beginning. I would assume at the end.
Yeah.
That way, like, they don't have to worry about
doing all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know. But it was just, I wish you guys could have saw me. I was squealing like a little fangirl at a convention of some sort.
Yeah.
And because it was just really nice to see everybody back in their element before all the shit happened pretty much, because it was crazy.
Yeah.
I loved seeing, I mean, you know how much I love Kane and that beard, but it was nice to see him without it. It was very interesting to see Pike in a different environment than just, him slaughter everybody, even though we kind of got to see a glimpse of it at the end of that whole thing. Even though it wasn't like him trying to, slaughter everybody. It was just him trying to teach a lesson, and he was upset and frustrated, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they put him in between a rock and a hard place.
They did.
I mean, they were essentially like, hey, you're going to teach these kids these skills, but you can't tell them anything about it. And if you say anything, you're going to die.
Yep.
And he was right. There's no reason why they shouldn't have told them, because ultimately they were just like, we don't care what you're saying. We're in jail, bro.
Because they have no idea what's happening. Murphy being back to that I mean, he's always been stupidly nonchalant, but like it was amped because he's like, I'm in jail, I don't care, I'm a teenager, blah, 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 problems. And then but I think my favorite out of that whole entire scene, besides Jasper and everybody like that, was Octavia.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since we always, I'm so sad Ben's not here, we always talk about how much she's grown as a character. Watching now from all the things we know of what she looks like back then is crazy. She looks like a just smack on the bottom like baby. Like that's what she looks like. And then knowing that she's going to become this badass grounder.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's insane.
I love it. It was nuts seeing her like toying with her hair because she's really shy because she hasn't been really out and about yet.
Yeah.
And then now she's sitting there just killing people and crap.
It was, I think, beyond the kids, it was also interesting to see
The adults.
Mm-hmm. Like where Jaha was and Kane, because Kane was the bad guy and Jaha was he was trying to be benevolent in a way, but he was the like hard line.
No.
These are the hard choices that we have to make.
And the same thing with the fact of Kane and Abby's interaction about the fact that she was still like, I hate you because you're this is the Chancellor's thing and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But seeing what happened in this episode of them being not a pair, but you know what I mean, like them being super close and going through this journey. This is like way before that. So the fact that they were kind of enemies, and also seeing, I actually tweeted at Isaiah Washington today about how I'm like, it's so crazy to see him go back to Chancellor and then jump into City of Light guide.
Right.
So it was very interesting. And Isaiah Washington's actually everyone's a great actor, but it was really nice to see him go from being this crazy person to being a less crazy person.
Yeah. I wish I had any one of them in the studio right now, because I want to know like what it took to get back in that mind frame, especially considering like Jasper, for example.
Yeah.
He had to go back to being a really timid, like nerdy kid.
I loved his goggles back on his head. I missed that.
I would imagine they've been hanging out in a prop master's like chest for a while.
And then they're like, well, I guess we gotta dust those off and find them.
Yeah.
God, what did I do with those goggles? I have to
took them home.
I had to bring them back.
I'm gonna need these anymore.
Hey, you still have those goggles? Yeah, hold on.
We'll rebuild them. Don't
Yeah. No, yeah, or they just made a new pair and they're like, pretend like you've had these forever. Okay. But yeah, it's just really crazy to see these actors go. I mean, Murphy not so much, but like, yeah, especially with Kane, Jasper, and definitely Octavia. Like I said, her just being timid and playing with her hair like she used to do, and the fact that they saw her as the girl who hid under the floor. I loved that. I loved just bringing it back to that scene. That was crazy to see. And it was kind of nice. I know that we always put Pike in a very terrible light because that's what his character is, but it was really nice to see him actually caring about these kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew that he cared about the people in his life, but it was nice to not see him in such a hostile setting until the very end.
I mean, it makes you realize he's somewhat of a sympathetic character in that, like, he's constantly being put in situations that are no-win. And so he has to figure out a way to fight his way out.
Yeah.
And that was what he chose to do at the end of this, where essentially he had to make them feel like they were in danger.
Okay, so that's what the reason was, because in my brain I was thinking, stop hurting Murphy, I don't like this. And I thought maybe he was just trying to get a rise out of them to, like, fight back, which I was like, okay, that's great. But I don't understand what you're trying to do if you're just really frustrated and you just felt like, beating up Murphy a little bit. But now that you mention it, that makes more sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they've all been super sheltered from the moment they were born. They've only known the Ark. And so having this hostile presence and having to kind of join together. And as he was doing it, he's like, you're gonna have to work together. Like no one station's gonna be able to save you, and so like it's kind of prepping them for the harsh reality of what they're about to face. Which
we all know this, especially since day one, how we lost a lot of good people, and we're still losing a lot of good people.
Whoa!
But that's what I wanted to bring it to, was the fact that we brought Wells back into that, and it was kind of nice to see Pike react to the fact of like, well, your son found out he got arrested and he's going to be going with the rest of the 100 who made the 100.
Yeah.
And of course seeing the Chancellor just not really change, besides the fact that he's obviously trying to hide his feelings that his son did something real stupid and got sent to the ground, but he's not thinking about mostly him, he's thinking about everybody in his own weird way. So it's very interesting, and also I love when anytime they have to just toss a bone to Wells, even though he hasn't been in the show since like episode 4 of season 1. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I would have liked it if they would have brought him back for this episode, but he's like super yoked because he didn't expect to be on the show again. And you're like, I feel like something's different.
Wait a minute, did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
Man, oh, you shaved? Oh, that's great. You look wonderful.
Space.
Yeah.
There's no atmosphere, doesn't compress you.
Yeah, because I think he's doing something right now where he's like totally like either he's really really like buff, or I think he's just doing something. I can't remember what project he's doing, but I know he's like totally different than how he was. Was it 4 years ago or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been interesting if they had like put a bunch of jackets on him or something. What's wrong with you? Oh, it's a little cold in this in the cell. Sorry guys. Oh man, I'm really sad that didn't happen. Missed opportunity there.
That's true. Someone can just. Someone can edit it in.
That would be awesome. Just find some old footage. Just throw it in there.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But yeah, someone tweeted to me also about the fact of like, where was Finn? I'm like, again, same thing with Wells. Like, we don't need to see him. I get it. So, but it was interesting.
Oh, Finn.
We had 2 people who were dead and they just weren't in it. It's all good.
But yeah, and so like we see that skills that he taught the kids translated to their time on the ground.
Yeah.
And after that whole thing with Murphy, he comes face to face with him again as he's brought into Polis, and they throw him into the cell with everyone else who's refusing to take the chip.
Yeah.
And you get that nice little moment between the two of them. Where he's like, John Murphy? Like, this is his first time seeing him since he's been on Earth, right?
Yes, because remember, Murphy was not in Arcadia when they finally met up. He was with Jaha dealing with the City of Light.
Right.
And then after that, when Murphy got out, he wasn't at Polis yet. So yeah, this is their first time meeting since he got sent to the ground, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, woo, awkward. But it's kind of interesting the fact that the last time you saw this guy was him pretty much beating your butt into the ground.
Oh yeah.
Woof.
Which is a nice, in terms of story, it's a nice kind of way to wrap it around in that you see that Murphy was ultimately the one who had to save him. And so it shows how far Murphy has come.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, I like how he completely was like, nope, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to turn the other cheek. You deserve this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. All right, stop it. Leave him alone. We need him, I guess.
Yeah. But before that, we got that badass moment with Indra.
Did you know that was her when she was messing with the... Because what we see is we see them bringing Pike and them chaining him to the back of the jail cell, and then all you see is a hand movement from the spike that was in the wall, and I was like, is that Indra? I can't see very well because also there was a weird glare when Tauri and I were watching it. But as soon as I heard her voice, I was like, well, yeah, she's the one, and she's probably gonna stab Pike with that thing. But she did one better.
Yes.
Whoa.
I would say 300 better.
Oh boy.
It was a little rough to watch.
It
just
was.
the 300 cuts.
Yeah.
I guess my question to you would be,
Okay.
because we've had so much time hating Pike, and now he's kind of a vulnerable character. But do you feel like? I mean, I guess that kind of answers my question. In that, do you feel like? Do you feel vindicated having that happen to him?
I mean, I understood what the episode was supposed to mean because it gave Pike a tiny bit of a heart, and you're like, oh, he really cared about these kids, and he was stuck between a heart.
Right.
And then, but it doesn't excuse what he's done. I'm not I do not, as much as I go, oh yeah, just, kill him. At the same time, I really don't condone violence. Like, that's just not my thing. So I feel like he deserved to be punished, but 300 cuts is a little much. A little bit. A little much. I don't know. I had mixed feels about it. I wanted it to happen, but as it progressed, because I am a human being, I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
We need to stop. Just leave him in the jail cell. Just leave him here. It's cool.
I mean, he took it like a champ.
Well, because he knew. He knew. He's like, oh, well, she's free. I'm chained. I guess this is going to happen. Bring it on.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know that a lot of people would be like, no, he should have died, or no, that he should have went through with all the 300 cuts. Like, I get that.
Right.
At least for me, as a person who I can't watch too much violence for too long, it did make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we should stop and figure out a different way.
Right.
Maybe not ask him to help, but, whatever, that's me.
I mean, but they're gonna need him, especially seeing how
It's
much
true.
strength he displayed.
Yeah.
He can take some pain, and I mean they're fighting against, as Murphy said, like people who don't feel pain. So it's like you're basically fighting against a wall that can hurt you.
I mean, I will always go back to the reference of Monty's mother. She got shot in the chest and did not stop what she was doing until her heart stopped.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me. So in my brain, I was thinking, oh, holy bejeebus, fighting this army is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Until you completely kill them. And that means we actually have to kill people. They can't just be like, oh, stab, you're injured, move on. It's more like, no, this person has to die.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I'm assuming that we'll probably get a good amount of red shirts to take the brunt
I was going to
of
say,
that.
that was what I was hoping.
Yeah.
A few Wilhelm screams just to let that go, and then that's it.
Totally.
That'd be awesome. Then everyone's fine.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to them working together. I'm glad that Indra's still a part of it and that she hasn't been chipped, because though I would have really enjoyed the idea of Indra being this like really
Unstoppable.
sweet, this unstoppable force on the side of the chips. Like I like that we actually can stand a chance now that she's there.
Yes, and especially since it looks like she's kind of gotten out of her funk since, not like the last time we saw her, but like the fact that she was still trying to crawl out of that dark hole that she was in, and now she's like, oh, you're here? Revenge time! So it was just nice to see her back in her element, even though she was a little shaken, and she did stop, but she knows better that getting these people out is more important than me getting my revenge. But I will get it, though.
Oh yeah, she's gonna. It's like a Hiei thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
But okay. And meanwhile, we have the chip people, Abby Jaha, and Allie trying to convert Kane, and he is not having any of it.
This whole storyline that happened with Kane, not a fan.
No?
Not a fan.
Is it because you're such a big Kane fan?
Yeah, probably. It's probably because I'm really biased. But it's not that it wasn't a terrible storyline. It was just really hard to watch.
Yeah.
One, Abby chipped trying to seduce, terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I thought that was great.
I know you did.
Here's why I think it was great.
I was waiting for this. Go ahead.
I loved it because it wasn't just that it was so weird and awkward. It was also that
just weird and awkward though.
it was hard. It was hard to watch. But it was also because you have to realize that Allie, in her mind, that's how you get things done. Especially if you're going for a dude.
I was like, Allie was just like, try harder. And I was like, do better? Is that what you're telling her?
Yeah.
Do better, Abby. And I was like, so pushing him onto the table and making out with him real hard, that's how you get your point across?
Well, yeah, I was expecting her to just drop to her knees and be like, well.
How dare you?
Hey, she's trying harder. She's doing the best she can.
No, I completely agree with you. That would have been weird. I think that would have been like, actually would have taken off my headphones and been like, guys, I can't do this. Abby just tried, no, I can't. But actually at the same point in time, I still did that. But it was just weird to see Abby going from like being this, not like, I mean, her character, I have also mixed feels about her, but her being kind of a strong character to like, oh yeah, let me see if I can use my sexual abilities to get you into whatever. And I just didn't like it, but I understood what it meant. It was supposed to be something different. And I like how Kane just like immediately goes, you're attracted to me, this is weird. There's something wrong with you, you've been chipped. I was like, what?
I mean, everyone knows that if you want a guy to do something for you, you just gotta turn on the sexy.
Turn on the chip? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, turn on the chip.
Turn on the chip, guys. That's what it's called. That's what the kids are calling it.
Oh, man. But, oh, yeah.
There it is. We don't need, you gotta just have that sexy music, turn down the lights, turn on that chip in that brain of yours, and get to work.
Hey, I think you should join us on that chip train.
Oh, sorry, what is that?
On that chip train.
Oh, snaps.
We are here in the city of light. Ain't no pain where we are. No pain for Kane.
Is it just love?
Oh, it's all the love you want, baby.
I'm so sad Ben's not here. Thank you. But, oh my God, we got into a weird turn. But I don't even know how to get back from that. I think I'm blushing, guys. I think is it hot in here? I don't know what's happening. I'm just attracted. It's the chip.
It's the chip.
I don't know what's happening.
Allie told me to work harder. Bam, it happened.
Better. That whole scene was just ridiculous. I couldn't even take it seriously. But the next part was definitely harder for me to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I like that we got immediately from the failed attempt, we got put him on the cross.
That was crazy. I was like, so that escalated quickly.
It really did.
A little bit. And then, woo! Yeah, not a fan of watching people get crucified. Nope. Where's Ben? Winterwolf. He will be watching this later and regretting it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just I mean, I don't know if it was because our actor looks like Jesus. I don't know why, but it did not. I didn't. That was really disturbing for me.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering when they were walking in. We saw the people on the crosses, and I couldn't figure out why they would be putting them there. Like, if it was just because they were refusing the chip, or if those people were like guinea pigs or warnings or something. But I
Yeah.
guess, I mean, you come to realize that essentially they're using the pain to entice people to want the chip.
That's what I was gonna say. Was I feel like they were just trying to. I mean, because I can't think of a. Well, no, there's several ways that you can envelop pain and be like, do you want the chip now? But I feel like since she's an AI and she's learned so much about history and a bunch of things, she's like, what's the best way to torture someone without me actually having to do work? And then they'll hate it so much that they will want instant relief.
Yeah.
So, and they did that a lot back in the day. So, yeah, crucifying people.
Yeah, totally.
I guess that works.
She's also probably a big Game of Thrones fan and
Probably.
loves House Bolton.
I figured.
Yeah.
I totally figured. At least we weren't chopping off wieners today.
Ah.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Yet.
You're correct.
I mean, I think the most surprising part about this was the fact that, I mean, they actually got Kane to take it.
I was a little upset about that, but I feel like it'll be interesting to
Yeah.
try to use both now Abby and Kane to get to the kids now. It's going to be very interesting dialogue, and I want to see how they're going to plan it out. Is it going to be like a fail, like how Abby's being a seductress worked out, or if it's actually going to work like with Raven, where like it was getting everybody on the edge, but not enough for them to give up.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. It was really hard to watch.
It was. I think for me the worst part was when you just see the nail go through and the blood coming down.
And it's so crazy because they did it through the wrist.
Yes.
So that was whoa. Oh.
If you go through the wrist, you stand less of a chance of them slipping off because the hand.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of
Yeah, I
small
could.
bones
Yeah, I
in
can.
the hand.
Yeah, and it's just
You
it's
can't take the weight.
yeah. Especially if you're writhing around in pain and stuff, you're just like, oh, there it goes. So yeah, no, that makes sense. I forgot about that.
Yeah. You just learned something here on AfterBuzz TV.
The more you know about crucifixion, apparently.
Oh man. But yeah, so that was a crazy incident. But meanwhile,
Oh yeah.
we have the Luna Squad, as I call them.
Luna Squad,
Yeah.
I like that.
They're going off trying to follow the map. Their rover dies. They find these rock structures and they give up. They don't know what to do.
It was just like, well, guess we're just gonna have to make a fire and just sing some camp songs, kumbaya.
Yeah, pretty much. No, there was the opposite of Kumbaya. 'Cause
Completely.
Octavia went berserk.
This poor girl's going through some crazy stuff. There's just a lot of screaming coming from her for the past 2 episodes, which makes sense. Yeah, that was just, it was just crazy because her head was down, and then all of a sudden her head just, like, her hair flies up, and she's just like, ah! And I was like, all right, that's how we're starting. Here we go.
Yeah. I was telling you, like, when we were watching, I was like, I love me some dramatic screams. Girl.
Gotta love it. Yeah, I know, it was great. I wanted, like, my screen to shake on top of that. It would have been great. I just would have added the effect. I am awake now. We can do
Yeah.
the 100 start.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to see, and I think it's really dumb of Bellamy to be like, when are you gonna let up? Let me in. Oh, and I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
She just lost the love of her life. Get out.
Hasn't even been a day, bro.
You just let her see the dead body yesterday. Get over yourself, Bellamy. Move on.
Yeah.
You need to give her some space and some time.
But, like, I get that.
No, I mean they're brother and sister. Like it's a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
when people are mad at you, you want to just be like, what can I do to make this right now? And a lot of the times it's time.
You gotta give him some time and some
Yeah.
space.
You know?
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
But that whole tizzy led us to a nice little moment between Clark and Bellamy.
I bet you all you Bellark fans were going ape crap over that.
Yeah.
Because there was definitely a lot of Bellark happening in this episode. There's a lot of hugging. There's a lot of heartfelt moments, heartfelt talks. It was nice. It was really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the writers going, ha, poke that Bellark bear. Look, it's not happening, but you know you love it kind of thing. But it is kind of nice to see him on the same page again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been a while.
It really has. And I like that he was finally able to admit he was angry at her for leaving, and they were able to kind of get on they were able to forgive one another
Pretty quickly.
And now Bellamy's on his journey to forgive himself.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just up and go, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Bellamy's a flip-flopper. Sorry. That's just what it says. Xavier Clark's like, Bellamy's a flip-flopper. And I'm like,
a little bit.
little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit. Little tiny bit. I don't know what just happened. I got a stroke.
Oh, man. Did you smell toast?
I did smell toast.
But yeah, and despite this nice moment we had, I like that we got like some special ops dude coming out the ocean.
I wish you guys would have saw me. I was just like, what's happening? Am I crazy? Are people coming out of the water?
Yeah.
Are there grounders underwater? Do they have gills? I want to know. No species. And I was like, okay, bring it back. They're just in the water.
If a grounder lives in water, would you call it a seer?
God, I hope not. I would not call it that. I wouldn't even know what to call it. I'd rather call it a guppy or a flounder before I would call it a seer.
Come on, because it's in the sea. A laker? Would you call it a laker?
I would call it a laker, just because.
Yeah. Good idea.
Oh my God. I'm dead.
I mean, I loved it. I also wish I had someone here because I would also like to know if the fire signal was practical effects or if it was
actual leaves.
CG.
Oh, okay. You meant practical.
Because it was turning.
Yeah.
Because I know that there are chemicals that if you burn them, they burn a specific color. That's how we get like fireworks and things. But I wish to know if it was practical or if it was added in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone should look that up. Maybe they'll put it in behind the scenes or something. Internet, get on it!
Yeah, I know you guys watch the show, writers and/or producers of The 100.
Oh, Lord.
So if you know, comment below and let me know.
We need to know.
If it was practical or CG, or if it was a combination of both.
Ooh, I would like that. I would like a combo breaker. I would like that very much.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, man, now it's going to bother me. I'm not going to be able to sleep now. I need to know. Crap. Yeah, no, I need to know. So please put me down there also. I'm also trying to figure out where they've been this whole time besides just the weird, I guess it's in an oil rig?
Oil rig, yeah.
Yeah. Just where did it come from? How long have you been on there? Do you guys come to the mainland? What do you do? I want to know all the things. Give me the book. Give me the book about grounders, the universal book about grounders. I want to know.
I'm sure it'll come.
And also I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, did they park the boat somewhere and then they swam out?
Yeah.
And grabbed them and then told them to take that weird knockout juice and then put them on the boat?
Well, I mean, after they all were knocked out, they had a guy signal the boat. So I assume, they like parked a good distance away, swam over, were planning to murder them, but then decided, hey, Lincoln, that's what's up. Come on with us.
Ooh, I didn't. I mean, I understood why she did it because they needed to know, they needed to find Luna, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel like that's gonna backfire, and it kind of did, because now they're on an oil rig.
Yep, real far away from everybody.
I don't know how they're gonna get out of this one. Not predictions yet because we haven't gotten to the main thing, but tiny predictions for you.
I mean, I don't know if it's something that they need to get out of. Like, I mean, essentially, they have safe passage, and they their main mission is to try to convince this girl to come back. And so, like, it's this whole thing where they're guests and they're just going to be badgering her until she comes. But, like, if they need to go back, then, I mean, they'll just be like, can we hop on the boat? And then they'll have to get knocked out again.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll actually see the frickin' journey, because that would be nice. I want to see how far they are.
Yeah. I mean, they seemed really far out.
Because, I mean, the fact that they... This whole thing is like, where are we? Like, sometimes, because, like, the fact that they were in the Jaha and Murphy were in the desert at one point, and then they found a frickin' lighthouse on a weird lake where there was rocks, and I'm like, how many environments are we on right now? Like, let's be honest. But, like, it's the apocalypse, so anything can happen, so I just let it go.
Climate change, girl.
Yeah, clearly. and then now we're in an oil rig in a very, very nicely, very sunny area.
Yeah.
Because it was raining earlier. I was just like, what's happening? I don't understand. But that's just me, because I haven't traveled very much. But But I just want to know, the history of how they got there. Why are they there? Is there more grounders? Can we have them come back to the mainland and figure it out? Or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure we're gonna get the full backstory the next episode.
I hope so.
Because we finally get to meet Luna, and we find out that she has vowed never to kill again. And
Which I'm also curious because I'm like, did you kill a lot?
I would imagine. I would like to think that, not to predict or anything, but I would like to think that she was kind of like on Tauri, and that she was like this ruthless lady, and then something happened, and she's like, I can't kill him anymore. And being a grounder means killing. Like it's synonymous. Their like main tagline is "Blood must have blood."
True.
You know. You can't be like, we're a raging bunch of murderers, and someone be like, I don't do that.
I don't do that. Berries? Yeah. I just want to see if she was like top-notch warrior or something. I don't know. And then she was just like, can't do it anymore. Or someone of my love life died or something. And she's like, I must change my ways. I'm going to go my own journey into the sea and learn to be like the waves and just roll. I don't know. But I don't know where I was going with
beautiful.
that. Thank you. It just, I just want to know what's Luna about. What's your story? What's your damage? What's your deal?
Yeah. I mean, and we'll find out. I mean, I think that's a good way to segue into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh, Lord. Wait, what?
Yes.
No, G. Carey said, so Lexa's death is Bellamy's fault too. And I'm like, I don't know how that works, but okay. I'm not gonna entertain it. Predictions. Yes, definitely gonna learn more about Luna.
Yes. So in the next episode preview.
Oh yeah, I forgot about talking about that.
We have them being the group in Polis, forming a resistance to try to take out the backpack in. Basically to try to get the backpack from Jaha to try to destroy Allie.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
It seems like
such
it.
a bad idea.
And from what I could tell in the preview, it seems like she has a spy on the inside. That's right, Hercules Mulligan.
Thank you. That's right, Hercules Mulligan.
But yeah, so because she knows about the plot to get the backpack.
Sorry, try. The whole song playing in my head. Whew, okay, sorry, continue. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. So basically, it's going to be that resistance starting up, and then we have the Team Luna trying to convince her to be the new commander. So I mean, do you think we have 3 episodes left? And so in these next 3 episodes, the things that we have to finalize.
We have 3 episodes left?
We have 3 episodes left.
Oh, and I'm not going to be able to get through that. I'm going to try, but I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to just be a hot mess the entire time.
I mean, it's going to be a rough 3 episodes because someone has to die.
Someone has to die, and there's not going to be a storyline that's going to be finished because we already know we got renewed for a season 4.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, my numbering was way off. I was like, wait, aren't we in season? No. We're in season 3. And going into season 5.
I mean, I think that they could effectively wrap up the Allie storyline.
Yes. I was talking about if Luna survives, then we will continue her story. If she doesn't, we need a whole new story.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, what would you like the next 3 episodes to be? Like, what would you want them to culminate to?
I would like for obviously Allie to be destroyed for sure, and that means everybody would come back to their normal senses. I definitely agree with Ben with Jaha not surviving this season and dying at some point in time during the next 3 episodes, probably the last one. Hopefully, I feel weird about keeping everyone together. I kind of want to separate everybody. Like the adults just kind of do their thing and the kids go on their own journey, but I don't know where that would lead to.
Yeah.
I just after watching these past few episodes with our main group back together, I really like them together without the adults.
Yeah.
And I like having the adults having their own problems. But I don't know if anyone wants to follow that anymore. So I don't know. it's weird because we've seen it. We've seen it where they're separated. We've seen them when they're together, and now they're kind of separate together in this weird season. So I don't know. I don't know what the future will hold for everybody, but I definitely want this ally thing to be done with.
Right.
So that we can have something fresh, which, like I said, I have no idea what it could be.
Right.
But definitely Jaha needs to go. If Luna dies, it's going to be weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Though I don't. Now that we know that she's alive, I think that she's going to be a very big factor in the next season because now we've just been introduced to a whole nother group of grounders.
True.
Seem very militaristic, and
which is weird because she left
yeah,
Polis
to
and
be
she
nonviolent.
and to be kind of like a free spirit. So I'm like, I'm confused. Usually those two don't mix.
Right. So I mean, I'm really interested in kind of discovering that, and you have to imagine there are numerous. I mean, because we've only met what 3. This will be the 3rd clan that we've met of the 12.
I think I have a tiny prediction.
Go for it.
I think that if all hell breaks loose, we still have that boat, but we don't know how many people can fit on that boat. If maybe we leave and find a new place.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting if we moved locations and just see, because maybe there's more people. Because I mean, we've been on this part of the world for quite some time.
Yeah.
And now we know that these guys have a boat. So maybe possibly going to check out another part of the world that maybe is still populated and still have people, and then maybe see how they're handling it.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, especially with this show, they very much like to keep moving away from their mainstays. So, like, we started the show with the dropship, and that was our main base.
Yeah.
And then we moved to the Ark, and then we moved to Mount Weather, and now we've moved to Polis, and now we move beyond that. And
Yeah,
so, like,
to the oil rig. So I feel
Right.
like I think we've covered a majority of where we are. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, like I said, we don't know how big their area is, if it is most of the United States or whatever, because I know that we've been jumping around from state to state, kind of. And so, yeah, like Ton, DC, Polis, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm curious to see if there's any way we can leave our little part. I keep wanting to call it an island, but I know it's not an island, but that's what I want to keep calling it, and
Yeah.
then to go explore something different. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's fair. I like it.
Yeah, because I thought the city, when we first started talking about the City of Light, we thought it was a physical place. And we're like, not really.
No.
No, I was wrong. I wasn't ready. Everyone's talking about what boat. So, guys, when Tauri and I are talking about what boat, if you look at the oil rig at the very end, you see a boat sitting at where the ocean is, and then you see the whole top of the rig.
Right.
So I'm assuming, because I don't know how else they got from their point to they can't swim all the way over there. So I'm assuming there was a boat, and also they put them in a ship crate, right?
Yes.
So there should be a ship somewhere for you to put people in. Just saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what that boat was. If not, go back and watch it. It's there. It's right at the very bottom. You can see it. So I figured, I don't know how many people are on this rig. Obviously, they have to transfer people in and out from that point where they're signaling people. So I'm assuming maybe they can signal and then say passage somewhere else. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
So like a Noah's Ark kind of thing.
Yeah, just with no animals, just people.
Yeah.
So
Clark's Ark.
Clark's Ark.
Ark.
So instead of like the actual arc, we're gonna have this arc. Oh, Tari. I love your brain all the time.
Aw, shucks. Oh man.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Cool. I mean, do you have any other thoughts?
No.
All right.
I'm very much looking forward to what's gonna happen in these next 3 episodes. I just know war is gonna be nuts
Yeah. It's gonna be
with these
insane.
weird chip zombies. Zombies?
Chombies?
Chombies. I like that. Chombies.
And
Hashtag chombies, guys. I'm so excited.
and with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Thank you for joining us here on AfterBuzz TV's The 100 After Show. If this is your first time joining, thank you for joining us. If you're a regular, you awesome, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, we're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, all the places you want to listen to content, we are there. So make sure to tell us what you think about us. Comments below, tweet us, Hey, where can they tweet you?
Oh, you can tweet me at Torres890. I am also on a few shows here at AFTERBUZZ TV, but you can also follow me if you like to see my face, hear my voice, at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/PS890, to watch just vlogs. I'm moving this weekend, so you get to see my new apartment and things like that. Might be getting a dog soon, so you might see a vlog about that as well.
Aw, yeah.
Stalk me, it's cool.
And you can find me at Tauri J. It's TAURIJAY. Have a wonderful week. See you next week. Until then, stay grounded.
Bye, guys. Mwah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. What?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.